हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम टू वैल्यू बायर।
Post Office is one of oldest organizations in India and it started in British era in year 1854. It's around 170 years. So, it is an organization which started when there was no bank and no insurance company in India. So, Post Office carries trust of around 170 years. Does anyone know about one of the biggest advantage available to each and every citizen of India for investment in post office small saving schemes? This advantage is available only to post office investment schemes and not to any of the scheduled government or private banks in India. Yes, the biggest advantage of investing in post office saving schemes is their sovereign guarantee, that is, it is backed by the government or President of India. Again, that means 100% safe and secure investment. Also, to add to your knowledge, investments or deposits in banks are secured and insured up to 5 lakhs only, and that is also done by DICGC, Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Now that we have understood that post office investments are 100% safe and secure. Now, the question arises, where to invest in post office? What are the schemes available? Where should one invest? So, here are the post office schemes. First is Post Office Saving Account. Second is Post Office Recurring Deposit Account. Third is Post Office Time Deposit Account. Fourth is Post Office Monthly Income Scheme. Fifth is National Saving Certificates. Sixth is Kisan Vikas Patra. Seventh is Post Office Senior Citizen Saving Schemes. Eighth is Public Provident Fund Account. Ninth is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana Account. 10th is Mahila Samman Saving Certificate Account. Now, our purpose is to make you understand about these post office schemes along with interest rates provided by the government in these schemes. First scheme is Post Office Saving Bank Account. Post Office Saving Account is also called Open Account, or in Hindi we say Khula Khata, means there is no restriction of deposit and no restriction of withdrawal and no restriction on number of transactions. Minimum amount required to open the account is 500 rupees and maximum is no limit. Rate of interest offered in this scheme is 4%. ATM facility is available and the ATM card can be used in any of the bank's ATM. Net banking facility is available. Checkbook facility is also offered in this account. If we compare it with some of the banks, say SBI offers 2.7%, HDFC 3%, Kotak Mahindra Bank 3.5%, Axis Bank 3%, ICICI Bank 3% and Post Office Saving Bank offers 4%. Not to forget that minimum balance required here is 500. However, banks require minimum average balance of around 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. Now, second scheme is Post Office Recurring Deposit Account. Post Office Recurring Deposit Account is a scheme which is basically for depositing some amount every month and receiving it at the end of 60 months, that is after 5 years, with interest. Rate of interest offered in this scheme is 6.7%. A recurring deposit account of 1,000 rupees will fetch you 71,365.80 with 6.7% rate of interest after 5 years. One of the best advantage to invest in this scheme is that the account can be extended for further 5 years with same rate of interest which was at the time of starting of account. A recurring deposit account of 1000 rupees will fetch you 1,70,854.48 with 6.7% rate of interest after 10 years. Minimum deposit required to open a recurring deposit account in post office is 100 rupees and there is no maximum limit. If someone wants to close the account, then premature closure is allowed only after 3 years. Account can be opened by a single adult or joint account or guardian on behalf of a minor girl or boy. Even one loan can be taken up to 50% of the balance allowed after 1 year of deposit in this account. Also, rebate or some concession that is 1% on advance deposit of at least 6 installments and 2% rebate on 12 installments are offered. Online deposit facility is available through net banking, mobile banking, India Post Payment Bank. So, this scheme is suited best for salaried employees and for those who has regular small incomes and want to invest for long-term goals arising within 5 years or 10 years. Now third scheme is Post Office Time Deposit Account. Post Office Time Deposit Account is just like fixed deposits in bank. Post Office offers time deposit for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year and 5 year period. Rate of interest for 1 year time deposit is 6.9%, 2 year time deposit rate of interest is 7%, 3 year time deposit rate of interest is 7.1% and 5 year time deposit rate of interest is 7.5%. Only difference between fixed deposit and post office time deposit is that interest in post office time deposit scheme is credited in savings account directly after 1 year. For example, if 5-year time deposit is done, then after every 1 year 7.5% interest is credited in the savings account, but in fixed deposit of 5-year, full maturity amount is credited in savings account after tenure completion. As you see in the table, in 1 year time deposit account of 1 lakh rupees will fetch you 1,07,080 rupees with 6.9% rate of interest after maturity completion. And in 2 year time deposit account of 1 lakh rupees will fetch you 1,14,371 rupees with 7% rate of interest after maturity completion. And in 3 year time deposit account of 1 lakh rupees will fetch you 1,21,873 rupees with 7.1% rate of interest after maturity completion. In 5 year time deposit account of 1 lakh rupees will fetch you 1,38,567 rupees with 7.5% rate of interest after maturity completion. Now fourth scheme is Public Provident Fund. Public Provident Fund scheme account can be opened with minimum investment deposit of 500 rupees in a financial year and maximum investment deposit of 1,50,000 rupees in a financial year. Present rate of interest offered in the scheme is 7.1%. Tax benefit offered under the scheme is EEE.I exemption at the time of investment under Section 80C, exemption at the time of interest from PPF account and withdrawal from PPF account is also exempted. Closure of the PPF account can be done after 15 years and withdrawal of 50% can be done after 6 years. The table shows the maturity amount of 31,55,560 rupees that will be received after 10,000 rupees per month is invested for 15 years with 7.1% as rate of interest. Now the another table shows the amount of 42,36,912 rupees is received after 15 years in PTF account, provided 1,50,000 rupees is deposited every year before 5th of April for 15 years. Now fifth scheme is Post Office Monthly Income Account. Post Office Monthly Income Scheme is such a scheme in which you can generate monthly income by investing a lump sum amount. A single account holder can invest a maximum of 9 lakhs rupees in this scheme, and in case of joint account, maximum 15 lakhs can be deposited or invested in the scheme. Minimum amount of 1,500 rupees can be invested in the scheme. Tenure of the scheme is 5 years. Present rate of interest in the scheme is 7.4%. For example, if 9 lakh rupees is invested in the scheme, then 5,550 rupees per month interest is received, and if 15 lakh amount is invested, then 9,250 amount is received as interest per month. Now sixth scheme is Post Office Senior Citizen Savings Scheme. This is one of the best schemes for senior citizens with 8.2% as rate of interest. Normally, every Indian citizen with more than 60 years of age can invest in Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, but it also includes retirees in the age bracket of 55 to 60 years who have opted for Voluntary Retirement Scheme (VRS) or at superannuation. SCSS can also be opened by retired defense personnel above 50 years and below 60 years of age, provided the investment is made within a month of availing the retirement benefits. Minimum deposit in Senior Citizen Savings Scheme is 1,000 rupees and maximum deposit is 30 lakhs rupees. One can get a quarterly interest of 61,500 rupees for investments of 30 lakhs rupees in Senior Citizen Savings Scheme. Interest from SCSS is credited in savings account on first date of every April, July, October and January. Now seventh scheme is National Savings Certificate. This Post Office 5-year tenure scheme offers 7.7% rate of interest. One can invest a minimum of 1,000 rupees and maximum there is no limit. Tax benefit of investment under Section 80C is available under this scheme. NSC can be pledged and loans against pledging NSCS can easily be obtained. An investment of 1 lakh rupees fetches 1,44,903 rupees amount after 5 years with 7.7% rate of interest. Now eighth scheme is Kisan Vikas Patra. This post office scheme doubles your investment amount in 9 years and 7 months. Rate of interest offered in this scheme is 7.5%. Minimum investment in this scheme is 1,000 rupees and for maximum investment, there is no limit. In this table you can see after 2 years and 6 months, in KVP scheme you will receive interest of 17,050 rupees with investment of 1 lakh rupees. As you can see after 5 years, in KVP scheme you will receive interest of 37,008 rupees with investment of 1 lakh rupees. And after 8 years, in KVP scheme you will receive interest of 65,499 rupees with investment of 1 lakh rupees. And after 9 years, in KVP scheme you will receive interest of 76,257 rupees with investment of 1 lakh rupees. And after 9 years, 7 months, in KVP scheme you will receive interest of 1 lakh rupees with investment of 1 lakh rupees. That means your 1 lakh rupees invested amount are now double after 9 years and 7 months of KVP scheme. Now ninth scheme is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. The guardian can deposit the amount and operate the account till the girl child attains the age of 18. The SSY account shall be mandatorily operated by the girl child after she attains the age of 18 years. The minimum deposit amount for an SSY account is 250 rupees, thereafter in multiples of 50 rupees, and the maximum is 1,50,000 rupees in every financial year, up to 15 years. Deposits can be made through cash, check or online transfer mode is also effective. The maturity period of SSY is 21 years from the account opening or upon her marriage after attaining 18 years. However, contributions have to be made for only 15 years. Thereafter, the SSY account will continue to earn interest until maturity even when no deposits are made into it. The SSA has also been provided with certain tax benefits of EEE approach, which means exemption at the time of deposit under Section 80C and exemption at the time of interest accrual under Section 10 of Income Tax Act and exemption at the time of full payment. It means once you open the account there is no need to worry about tax, as for tax everything is exempt for SSY scheme. Since the total maximum investment is 1,50,000 rupees, we assume here that 1,50,000 rupees amount is invested in SSY before 5th April of every year for 14 years. Then as per the table mentioned, one can realize the gains provided the interest rate remains at 8.2%. Now 10th scheme is Mahila Samman Saving Certificate. The new scheme is launched by Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman during her budget speech in February 2023. This scheme offers some lucrative rate of interest only to women of this country, and as the name says, Mahila Samman Saving Certificate, Samman has been given to Mahilas in India by giving a little extra interest rate than the other instruments. This scheme can be opened by a woman for herself or by a guardian on behalf of a minor girl. Minimum amount of 1,000 rupees is required to open the scheme account and maximum amount of 2 lakhs rupees scheme can be opened. Rate of interest offered is 7.5% per annum and interest will be compounded quarterly and credited in account and paid at the time of closure of the account. Premature closure is allowed anytime after completion of 6 months from the date of opening and on death of the account holder or medical support in life-threatening diseases. An amount of 2,32,044 rupees is received after 2 years on deposit of 2 lakhs rupees in Mahila Samman Saving Certificate Scheme. Complete analysis of post office schemes by a value buyer. All schemes are 100% safe and secure as Government of India itself provides sovereign guarantee. But being a value buyer, investing in post office saving account will give you more interest than keeping the money in other public or private banks. A simple example is keeping 5 lakhs amount in post office savings account for 5 years will turn investment to 6 lakhs 8,326 rupees, whereas the same amount for the same period in SBI Bank turn investment to 5 lakhs 71,244 rupees. Hence, your idle funds in post office savings account gives additional return of 37,000 rupees over SBI saving bank account. A very important piece of advice for those parents who are having daughter with age less than 10 years old: open Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana as early as possible. Sukanya Samriddhi account and Public Provident Fund account is the best scheme for getting tax-free return, as these government schemes are of EE category, means exemption at the time of deposit, exemption at the time of interest credited, and exemption at the time of final withdrawal. How can young children get a return of 8.2% that is only offered to senior citizen in SCSs? Yes, if your trustworthy parents are senior citizens, then money can be invested in their name and interest can be credited in joint saving account, means first name in name of your parent and second name of either of son-daughter. Interest from SCSs can be withdrawn by any of the son or daughter who is having second name in joint savings account. Senior Citizen Savings Scheme is the best scheme to invest in, as the rate of interest offered is 8.2%, which is highest among all the post office schemes. Most of people believe that post office monthly income scheme offering 7.4% rate of interest combined with post office automatic recurring deposit scheme offering 6.7% rate of interest, that is total interest of 14.1%, offers a much better return. This is a complete myth. Reality is that National Savings Certificates is a much better and a value buy among post office schemes. Hope we are able to provide knowledge about all the post office schemes and are able to make you a sharp small saving investor, thus making you a value buyer along with us by saving your time, money and energy.
Thanks for watching my video. Here is a value buyer signing off.